Hi everyone, my name is May. My pronouns are them and they. I'm non-binary. That's how I identify. If you've been given this video as a little bit of a help, you might know me as Emily. I prefer to go by May, but if you're looking for somebody with Tourette's who has a service dog named Damian, yes, my name was Emily. So, hi. So I want to talk about why I got my service dog, what my service dog does, and whether or not you qualify or would benefit from a service dog. So I got Damian because from the company that I got him from, because there were only two other trainers I could find for Tourette's dogs. One of them had trained a Tourette's dog years ago and was very expensive, and the other one was incredibly far away. And the years I would have to wait for Damien was like 2 to 3.5 years, whereas Damien was trained in 13 months by the company I got him from. If you have questions about that, go ahead and email me at twitch.happens.email@gmail.com. This is not a promotional thing. I'm not trying to sell you a dog. So if you want to know more about his company, definitely go ahead and email me. So it's twitch.happens.email@gmail.com. So I got Damien because I have Tourette syndrome and PTSD, but the Tourette's is what really set things off. My tics would get me removed from public places like movies, libraries, classes. I actually ended up having to leave university because of my tics, and it was making my public and social anxiety really, really bad. In addition to that, I was losing my walking and my mobility. My tics were getting worse and worse and worse. Medication wasn't working, and I don't like how it makes me feel, so I haven't been taking Tourette's medications, as a lot of my tics are fueled from trauma. But I also wanted my independence, and I was at a point where I was relying heavily on family and friends to help me with just day-to-day tasks, and now I don't need that anymore. I'm back in school, and I will be finally finishing my associates in the fall semester. Um, I'm looking at my pup. Damien's down there. He's sleeping on the floor like a good boy. Um, next to my inflatable kayak. It's been a weird day. Fuck. So what does Damien do? Well, Damien accompanies me anywhere the public can go because he's a service animal. So that means he can't come into an operating room or a kitchen of a restaurant, but he can go into restaurants, he can go into stores, he can go into libraries, he can go into movie theaters, he can go on airplanes. I just realized as I do that, my camera autofocuses. So sorry if it's throbbing at you. He has some commands like cover, which is where I have my tic seizures. I lie down on the ground and seize. That part just happens. And I don't do it on purpose. And what he does on purpose is a command called cover, where he lies on top of me and covers me. And that adds pressure to me. And one of the great things about weighted blankets is they're calming and comforting and everything. But one of the bad things is you can't just carry a weighted blanket with you everywhere. But I have a magical four-legged walking weighted blanket. So, perfect. He also does comfort, where he jumps up into my lap and licks my face or redirects my attention to him so that I can stay calm, or I can get out of dissociations, or lots of things. Comfort's very versatile. He can alert to my pulse and my heart rate. And he's recently figured out my blood sugar, and how I did that was when I test my sugar and I'm low, I would swab the inside of my cheek and have him smell it, refrigerate that. When my blood sugar was low, I would take that out of the bag and he would smell it, and he would be able to alert that is what he should be doing at that smell. So one of the things he'll do is he'll just jut his face into my mouth so that he can smell my breath, and it's a little creepy, but it works. He helps the public know that I'm disabled, and he alerts others to my needs. Before I had Damian, one of the reasons things are so rough in public was because people, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, hey, I'm Mexican, fuck you, my dad's dead. Oh gosh, haha, haha, I killed him. I did not. Yes, so my haha, fuck you, Tourette's in public was very difficult. I say Kurt nigger, curse words all the time, and it was getting to a point where the public needed to know that I had a disability because I was having so many dangerous encounters. And really, now that I have him, it's pretty much stopped. It's been amazing. Um, so I guess lastly, I just want to wrap this up by if thinking whether or not you need a service dog, or if you qualify, or if you could benefit from one. Definitely, if you're having problems with mobility, if you want independence, if you need a way to get back your life, service dogs are absolutely wonderful. Um, the places I was looking for anywhere, because I was originally looking for a dog for PTSD, um, because my tics weren't that bad. I figured a dog could help with tics, but I didn't even know I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome until they got really bad in university and I had to leave. My university actually recommended I get an aid or a service dog before I come back, which they had the audacity to say, like, okay, rude. I was just like, oh, okay. And I look back now and I'm like, who are you to tell me that? Um, yeah, the prices were between $20,000 and $60,000. I think I saw $80,000 somewhere in California. I mean, it's expensive. I got Damian for $8,500, and actually, when I heard the price, I didn't believe that it was real. And I had to talk with my trainer about it, and I was like, "That's it." And she's like, "Yeah, usually people like try and undercut me or say that that's too much, and then they shop around and then they come back and they say yes." So if you're thinking 8,500 is too good to be true, it's not. You will end up with a fully working service animal. It will save your life. It will be your new best friend. And here's a secret: I hated Damien for a year. I hated him. Could not stand him. And it was nothing to do with Damien. It was all to do with me, because I thought that having Damien and needing to use him was me being weak and letting my disability get the best of me, instead of me realizing that I had an opportunity to have independence and see the world in a totally different light. So I'm very privileged, and I'm sure you'd like to meet him. Damien, come up. Good boy. Come on up. Here's Damian. Thank you. Your nose is so warm. Got an eye booger. Oh, I hate eye boogers. My friend taught me in trauma rehabilitation, you just use their ear to wipe off their boogers, but he's got very short little ears, so it's an uncomfortable stretch. So, good comfort. Okay, that's all I have. Happy trails.